In the 1960s, throughout the 1960s, the people who were interested in golf theory, and there was an embryonic sort of a science at that stage, proposed that the swing, the theory for the swing, be based on a model that they called a two-lever pendulum. In the case of the golf swing, the flail, the two-lever pendulum, or the two-lever system, consisted of a primary lever, which was the lead arm, a hinge, and a secondary lever, primary, hinge, secondary lever, all attached to the body through a swing center. And so you got this effect, which was called this flicking of the secondary lever around the primary lever, which is called a release. The release is common to all two-lever systems. The only serious change to that model was a shifting of the swing center for good reasons, for very good reasons, of shifting to here. And they gradually adopted the view that the primary lever was really the system of the two arms and the shoulders forming a triangle. So there, the primary lever was really that triangle moving, which made the swing center the top of the sternum. So the primary lever was really an invisible line between the top of the sternum and the hands. You can see it moving there. Apart from that, same old, primary lever, hinge, secondary lever, release. The value of that idea was that the swing center was more stationary, which it should be in a two-lever system. By the end of the 60s, they had even invented a machine called the iron baron for testing clubs, and the machine was based on this principle of a two-lever pendulum, of course operating as a robot. Also incorporated in this model gradually was a concept of a swing plane. And while that concept kind of got modified by various coaches, essentially the idea was that as the club came down to hit the ball, it formed a plane which from this view you could identify by a line across the screen. Now from this view, it all looks fine. Okay, there's no problem. But from this view, there is a problem. And the problem is that as you address the ball, and even as you come through the ball, if this is the swing center, then it's out of plane with the club. The plane of the club comes through here. The swing center is way up here, so the swing center is out of plane. And that's an absolute no-no for a two-lever pendulum. So there was something fundamentally wrong with the theory. I believe this is not the swing center of the golf swing. The sternum is definitely not, for the simple reason that if you look in this view, if there is a plane for the releasing shaft of the golf club, then the swing center should be in that plane. In other words, it should be at this level, not up here. There's an axis driven by the shoulders as they turn, and as that axis turns, the torquing of the axis provides rotational velocity for the primary lever. Now where the plane tracker hypothesis comes in, this hypothesis that's so dear to my heart and which I'm trying to promote, is in realizing that the axis around which the primary lever rotates, this axis is not, repeat, is not the spine. You see, the spine is a curved line. And more than that, different parts of the spine turn, rotate, twist, torque at different rates. And that doesn't serve as an axis at all. We have to look elsewhere for the axis that drives the primary lever. We have to look elsewhere for the true rotational axis of the golf swing. So here is the essence of the plane tracker hypothesis. Whenever your hands, whether singly or together, are required to rotate violently around your torso, and that's any number of movements, they do so around this line, which is the true rotational axis of your upper body. Your body is designed in such a way that if you want your hands to rotate violently around your body, to throw something or to just to move in a circle like that, your hands have to move and create a plane which is at right angle to this line. This is the true rotational axis of your body. Now, notice that as you move around, the axis moves with you. That means that as you move around, the plane moves as well. The plane formed by your hands moves with this axis. The two are intimately linked. So this plane, the only plane that is formed, that is consciously formed in the golf swing, is formed when you rotate your hands around this axis. So you form a plane here at right angles. If you're bent over, the plane is more vertical. If you're standing up, the plane is flatter. If you move this way during the movement, well, your plane moves with it. Fundamentally, this plane that you describe with your hands is the only plane that is consciously produced in the golf swing or in any other movement of the same type. That's why a bowler delivering a cricket ball looks like this in the delivery stride, because the hand is simply rotating around the torso at right angles to this line. Notice, not at right angles to the spine, it's at right angles to this line. That's why a baseball batter looks like this as he hits the ball. The powerful modern tennis players do this. They turn around, face their opponent, and go like that. And so for a fraction of a second, they are at right angles to this line. So what I've just described to you is a machine. It is a machine created by your body, and your body is designed to create that machine. Anytime you rotate your hands around your body. The machine consists of an axis. It consists of a driving mechanism. So to rotate this axis, you rotate your shoulders. So that's what turns, gives torque to this axis. And you attach, well, there's an invisible primary lever which is attached to this axis and comes all the way to your hands. As long as your hands are describing a perfect circle around this axis. Now the hands do not do that in the golf swing until they get to here. Not up here. This is where the hands start to rotate around this line. And they rotate to there. In a good swing, right? They rotate to there and after that. I need to emphasize again that the whole system is part of your body. It's not external to your body. This axis is part of your body. Therefore, the plane on which that your hands describe as they go around this axis is part of your body as well. So the plane created by the primary lever and this are just one system. Golf coaching should have as its main goal to stabilize this axis so that it stabilizes the plane of the hands, so that there is a stable plane for the club to find all the way to the ball. That is the fundamental shift that needs to take place in golf coaching to really progress to the next phase in this great game.